Today we will see the new topic, infectious diseases of human system. I am Dr. Sharad Deshmukh from SS Jaiswal College, Arjuni Morgaon. So let us see first we'll see the skin, infection of the skin. For that purpose it is necessary to see what is the structure. You can see here the section of the skin mainly having the epidermis, dermis and hypodermis. So you can see the internal structures of the skin, and we'll come to the various infections produced by the different types of the microorganism. Let us see the bacterial infections of the skin. The most important causative agent of the bacterial infection is the Staphylococcus. Mainly the species from the Staphylococcus is the Staphylococcus aureus, which are the gram-positive cocci responsible for the skin infection. So they are mainly the coagulase positive, particularly responsible for clot the fibrin. They are also producing the leukocidin, which is able to kill the leukocytes, which will contribute as a virulence factor to the Staphylococcus aureus. So it is mainly responsible for the infection called as the scalded skin syndrome, and it is mainly due to the exfoliative toxin that will result in the peeling of the skin. So this may cause the bacteremia and can result into the septicemia and resulting the various infection of the skin. Most important other one is collectively what we call as the toxic shock syndrome, and it is mainly due to the bacteremia and that result into the septicemia, and that these two important infections are the scalded skin syndrome and the toxic shock syndrome. In addition to this, they are mainly causing the simple infection like the infection of the skin mainly includes the various types, that is the causing the boils, abscesses, other infections. They can remain latent in the nerve ganglia, and after reactivation that can result into the shiggles, blindness and also the paralysis. Other most important species causing the skin infection is the Pseudomonas species, which are the gram-negative bacilli, and they causes the skin infection. They can cause the rashes and the ear infections. The another bacterium which is the important one is the Propionibacterium acnes, which are the gram-positive bacilli, and these are mainly causing the acnes, and where this bacteria grows in the presence of the sebum. So the sebaceous gland will produce the excess of the sebum, and it is utilized by these bacteria which is containing the free fatty acids, and they are responsible for the acnes. The next one is the most important species is the Streptococcus species, particularly the group A type of the Streptococci, that are the beta hemolytic Streptococci, and most important species belonging to this group is the Streptococcus pyogenes, which are the gram-positive cocci occurring in the chain. So more than 80% types are classified based on the M protein present in the cell wall, and they are mainly possessing the antiphagocytic and aids adherence to the mucosa. And they also produce the other toxins like the hemolysin, which is responsible for the RBC lysis, then produces the enzyme streptokinase, which is responsible for the fibrinolysis, produces the hyaluronidase that dissolve the hyaluronic acid as a cement substance in the cell. That's why the lesions caused by these organisms are spreading in nature. They are also producing the deoxyribonucleases, which is responsible for the hydrolysis of the DNA that can break down the DNA. All these will contribute to the infection. Another one mainly produced is the proteases enzymes, which is responsible for the hydrolyzing the proteins, and that will contribute to the infection, mainly producing the skin infection, that is the folliculitis. They can produce the styes and the abscesses, and this infection can be able to spread throughout the body because of the production of these various enzymes and the toxin produced by this streptococcal species. As we already earlier discussed that the Staphylococci produce the localized lesion, while these are able to produce the spreading lesion, that is by Streptococcus pathogens because of the production of these various enzymes and toxins. Then we come to the various viral infections of the skins. So here is the warts, which is caused by the papilloma virus, that is HPV, and they are infecting and they get integrated in the skin cell and they get proliferate and causing the warts. Another one of the old infection where everybody know, that is the smallpox caused by the variola virus, and it mainly include the variola major 20%, where there was the 20% of the mortality, and variola minor it is less than 1% of the mortality due to this virus, and they spread mainly by the respiratory route. The transmission occur by the respiratory route and that infect the organ and produce the lesions, and there is no animal reservoir for this virus. Nowadays there is the vaccination was there earlier for the smallpox, and due to the vaccination it has been eradicated, and the last case was detected in 1977. The another one is the chickenpox by the varicella zoster herpes virus, and it is also spreading by the respiratory route transmission and infecting the skin, and pus-filled vesicles are formed, that is known as the chickenpox. There is a very low mortality by this virus. Then next one is the herpes virus. It mainly includes, first one is the herpes simplex virus, that is HSV1, and that is responsible for the oral region, the oral lesions. Mainly it is known as the cold sore or the fever blisters, they are formed in the oral cavity by the herpes simplex virus type 1. And this oral and respiratory route transmission is the common in this type of the virus, that is herpes simplex virus 1, transmission by oral and the respiratory route. Then the trigeminal nerve ganglia latency is there, they remain latent. The second virus from the herpes group is the herpes simplex virus 2, and it is responsible for mainly the lesions on the genital organs, that is the genital lesions, and its transmission is by the sexual route, that is the sexual transmission of this virus occurs. There is also the sacral nerve ganglia latency of this virus. Then next infection of the virus is the measles, and it was still there is a vaccination from measles are given, and still it can be observed in the various children's and in the adults also. It is also spread by the respiratory route. The transmission occur by respiratory, and there is a respiratory infection that result into the rash and copic spot, particularly on the skin, that what we call as the measles, and it can be very fatal, particularly in infants and in the elderly person. And there is no animal reservoir for this virus also, and this also can be controlled by the vaccination. Presently they are giving the vaccine at after the birth in the 9th month. After the birth in the 9th month they are giving the vaccination for the measles. We know that they are giving the MMR vaccine. And the next one we will see the fungal infection of the skin. Fungus are also the most common cause of the skin infection. Among these, one of the infection is called as the candidiasis, caused by the Candida species, particularly the Candida albicans. It is the dimorphic type of the fungi. They are mainly responsible for the oral thrush and vaginitis. And as such, these are the common cells of the gastrointestinal tract, and they can act as a opportunistic systemic mycosis in the immunocompromised host. If the immune power is lowered one, that can result into the systemic mycosis, particularly in the immunocompromised host. The most other infection common is the ringworm infection, which is caused by the various types of the fungi, that they include the number of genera and the species. Generally we refer it as a dermatophytes, which are responsible for the infection of the skin, what we call commonly as the ringworm. And another one is the mycosis of the hair follicles, then nails, and epidermidis is also caused by the fungus. So this was about the various infection caused by the fungi. We will see the remaining part in the next lecture.